Everybody, this is going to be a quick video on ephemeral models within DBT. Let's get started. What are ephemeral models? Ephemeral models are essentially DBT's way to organize CTEs, or common table expressions. Common table expressions are a tool used to organize your SQL code, as well as it could just be a style in which you like to write your SQL. The cool thing about ephemeral models is they're not materialized in your database, so they don't take up space in your database. It's only whenever a model actually refers to the ephemeral model itself will it run. You could also configure tests on your ephemeral models, and this is going to help with data integrity going about your day-to-day, which is awesome. So how do you create ephemeral models? Usually I'm going to create them right in my model, so within my .sql file, and I'm going to use the config block and materialize ephemeral. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to go into the demo and see you guys there. Hey everybody, so today I'm not going to code live with you, but I already ran the ephemeral models and they worked. I'll just show you how I configured it and what it's actually doing, and perhaps why you would actually want to use these in the future. The test case might not be the greatest, but hopefully you'll get the idea. So here's the config block that I used to actually materialize this model as ephemeral. Originally this model was just what I have highlighted here, but I'm going to materialize this as ephemeral just to make a point. So what's going to happen is all of this stuff that I have highlighted is going to be thrown within its own common table expression that DBT is going to do. And it's going to name it, I forget, it's like DBT, CTE, something, and then it'll throw this in. And I have this model here. It's going to be materialized as a table, but it literally just selects the same columns and it references the ephemeral model, so you can see what is being compiled. So let's look at the compilation. And you'll see that here's the name that DBT throws in for it. So it adds this DBT CTE. And then within there, we can see exactly what we had as our model up until this select statement below. All of this is actually from our model. So it just nests it in another common table expression. And you'll see when I go to my Snowflake database, under ppdev, then it's the table named by _t is living here and materialized here. However, you won't see the ephemeral model, which is the whole point of it. So the reason why we may want to use an ephemeral model is, one, it's not going to take up space within our database. It's only going to get called upon when we actually run this model. And also, if we want to not surface it, but have somewhere to actually debug the code. So if we have a model like this, imagine if this wasn't an ephemeral model and things broke, we would have to go through each of these CTEs and actually, debug all of them to make sure everything's fine. With just two, it's fine, and it doesn't get too complex. But imagine if we had a bunch of code that we would have to go in one by one, and they're all connected with each other, and it's hard to find out which one's broken. Organizing your code into ephemeral models may be helpful with that, because then you could create tests for them, and those tests would run through all and each of your ephemeral models to see which one is broken. The downside is if you create a bunch of ephemeral models, then of course it clutters your UI here. You may be able to get around it if you make another folder or organize it into more folders. But there's always ups and downs. That's why I would use an ephemeral model. You let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks.